Today we talked about comparison story problems. So here's an example of one. Amanda has 15 apples, Joey has 12 apples. How many fewer does Joey have? One of the big things that we are practicing in second grade is using a strategy called comparison bars. Apparently they also learned this in first grade, so this isn't completely new. In order to do this, I first have to look at what my known information is. I know that Amanda has 15 apples, so I put an A for Amanda. I'm going to draw a rectangle here and say that she has 15 apples. I also know that Joey has 12 apples. Since 12 is smaller than 15, I'm going to make his bar smaller and give him 12 apples. I'm looking for how many fewer. In this space that I have left, I'm going to draw a circle. This represents how many more or how many fewer. So that is the unknown in this case. Now I have a number on the top and a number on the bottom, which means I am going to subtract to find my answer. 15 minus 12 equals 3. If my two numbers were next to each other, I would add them together. Here is another example of a comparison problem. Mike has 5 apples. He has 7 fewer than Joe. How many apples does Joe have? So my known information is Mike has 5. There's Mike. Ooh. Then it says that he has fewer than Joe. So I need to decide if Mike or Joe has more. In this case, Joe has more since Mike has fewer than Joe. Now my question is, how many does Joe have? So there's my question mark. I don't know how many Joe has yet. And then in my circle, I put how many more or how many fewer. In this case, I have 7 fewer. Now, the last problem, we had a number on the top and a number on the bottom, so we subtracted. In this case, our numbers are right next to each other, so we are going to add to find our answer. 5 and 7 gives me 12 apples. These were a little bit tricky for our students. I noticed that the biggest issue when we were doing it was this circle. It was very tricky for them to remember to put the circle and where to put the circle. The circle always goes in that blank space with our comparison bars. So if we have a situation that looks like this, let's say J and A. J has 7, A has 15, or something of the sort. This space right here that's left over would get the circle. Now we have to read the problem very carefully to find out what information we know and what information we do not know. Please let me know if there are any specific questions that are giving any students trouble. I'd be happy to make another video to go over that particular question, or just write a note on their homework and I'll make sure to go over it with the class tomorrow to make sure that everyone in the class understands how and why we did the problem the way that we did.